And then finally realized, since I have all that, I don't have enough space.
Welcome back to the Nursing Island Club. We have our first quarter final tonight. We have one team that expected to be here and one surprise team. So we're faced with the Mike Cochran and Juan Araya team are going to be playing against Tommy Crocker and Alex Hume out of Baltimore. Jerry, welcome back to the booth.
Thank you, Mark. So tell me, I don't know this team from Baltimore. They just came off of a big win. Tell me a little bit about them.
Two big wins today. Last one was over Nathan Lefevre and Anthony Casamano. So first question we're going to have is, what's their fitness level like? Because Mike and Juan have made it through relatively easily. Alex Hume played tennis at the University of Kentucky, formerly a partner of Juan J. Singh.
And Alex is
playing the backhand side.
Right.
Tommy Crocker in the White House playing the forehand side. He played tennis at UVA. Both guys have big forehands. Both guys still have a little bit of tennis in their games, and I look for Mike and Juan to kind of exploit that.
That's what I've heard. I've heard that they're big forehands. They like to play that way, and let's see how they match up against the very experienced Mike Cochran and Juan.
It almost sounds like you're calling Mike old.
Experienced.
Experienced.
But, you know, this is their third match.
We've had a little bit of rain in the area. It's still drizzlingly lightly now, so we've got the heaters on. Mike and Juan first played together last year in Pittsburgh at President's Cup. They played number 1 for Region 2 in the round-robin play.
Right.
Had a lot of fun playing together and played very well. And decided they'd play a tournament this year. And with Leonard Jonason down in Florida, hopefully supporting his partner, Juan's playing this week with Mike. Leonard's coming up for Long Island in 2 weeks.
And notice that Juan and Mike have adopted the Mark Parsons, Johan Durant nighttime attire. This is relatively new to the game, and Mark Parsons did invent this.
So at least he told you he invented it. You don't have any independent proof of that.
No, well, I trust him. So they've got the black under their eyes.
Now it looks to me like Juan's is put on much more neatly than Mike's.
Oh, that's a little hurtful. That's a little hurtful. Mike came over to me and asked me to put it on, and I got to tell you, it's the first time I've put. I don't even know what you call it. It's not black lipstick, is it?
I think it's eye black.
I think it's especially for nighttime.
Yeah. Supposedly it absorbs the light so it doesn't reflect off of the area below your eyelid, so you can not blinded. We'll see.
Yeah.
Johan swears by it, and if Johan swears by it, it works for me.
I gave you credit, Mark.
Now I don't see the eye black on Mark. If he invented it, why isn't he wearing the eye black? Don't you think if Mark invented the eye black, he'd be wearing it now?
Well, it's my home courts, so I'm used to the light.
Oh, so Mark says he's his home courts, he's used to the lights. Mark, any Brian O'Connor sightings? Where's Brian? I heard he's back from the Virgin Islands. He told me he was going to be here Saturday night. Nursing Island member?
It's stopped raining though, hasn't it? So turn the heaters off?
Yeah, we got a nice crowd here. I'd say 75 to 100 people. A lot of nursing members.
Yeah, we're in the Westchester area, which is where the birthplace of paddle.
Fox Meadow.
Not that far from Fox Meadow. So there are quite a lot of clubs close to each other in the area. So there's a lot of local support for this tournament, and they've come out tonight.
And the Nursing Island Club, our host, is one of the original 3 clubs that formed the American Platform Tennis Association 80 some odd years ago. It was Nursing, Fox Meadow, and the Greenwich Field Club, or Field Club of Greenwich. Mark has a beautiful pig roast set up. Did you? I know you don't eat pig, Jerry, but
no.
Trust me, I ate enough for both of us.
Oh, well, good. No, I couldn't look at it. All right.
Okay, so we're getting ready to start. Looks like Tommy Crocker is going to be serving. We'll which likely means that Juan and Mike won the toss and elected to receive. Mark and Johan will be going on the court next to us. So the first question we gotta keep an eye on for, Jerry, is their fitness level.
Yeah,
Because they didn't get a bye today.
that was a beautiful
Nice
serve.
nick to start that. They didn't get a bye, so they played an extra match. And then they had a couple of tough matches to get through. 2 nicks to start the match.
2 great serves.
Mike Cochran, who normally plays the back end side, has just got a tremendous return of serve to the deuce side. Oh, Alex with a big backhand. 30-15. That's a great lob. Well, A, that's a guest appearance on the overhead, and B, that's a sign of maybe not such fresh legs either.
Yeah, I don't know if he missed it looking into the lights, but 30-all.
Boy, Mike just drives the ball. I think Mike's wire drives are the best in the game. He holds the ball so long, it's so hard to read the ball off his paddle. I was about to say, I think the first few games are really important for the underdogs to get off to a good start and not get overwhelmed.
Have these guys played either Juan and Mike before?
You know, they've played with different partners in the past. I don't know. I would assume that at some point they played them, because Mike's been down to Baltimore a couple of times to play the Maryland tournament. So I would assume Mike's faced them. I don't know if they've seen Juan yet. See if they look to switch at the net. Put Juan's overhead in the middle. Right now, Jerry, it feels like this could go quickly.
Yeah.
You have the same feeling?
Yeah, well, like to see them all serve.
Well, that tells me he's
Juan-
not seen Juan play before.
Right, that's what I was just going to say. One looks very loose, and you just can't give him a short lob like that.
Makes 30-15. Juan serving. Second game of the first set. They're up 1-love. And there's the big forehand
Great
from Tommy
return.
Crocker.
And that was a
30-40.
good serve.
Good comeback from 30-love. 1-all. Back on serve. It's interesting in a match like this. They may be a little bit tired, a little fatigued, and there's that initial hurdle you got to get over to get into the match.
And both teams have to find what that speed of play is going to be.
And there's bad communication. Alex is staying back, which is fine, but Tommy's staying at the net and Alex is driving the ball. Of course, good communication if you're looking to lose the point. $15-all. There's a slight lack of awareness on that serve, huh, Jerry?
He's ready.
Mike was complaining earlier of kind of a tight quad, so we'll see how
Oh, he was?
he handles it. It's been a long day, although a lot longer for Tommy and Alex. Calls help to Mike, but Mike doesn't want to give him any help at that point. 30-all. We're 1-all, 30-all. Instant replay.
Well, Mike is worried about the leaves falling. He's going to be very busy because there's
there
a
are
lot of
leaves
leaves, and there are a lot of trees around the courts, and there's a lot of leaves on the court.
Wow, Anton walking past completely blocked out our view.
It was a great lob cross court.
Great volley.
Nice and deep.
.40-30. Okay, another hold. 2-1. So just to clarify for our viewers, Tommy Crocker is wearing the black shirt, and Alex Hume is wearing the white shirt. So Mike Cochran to serve 1-2, first set.
Come on, keep going. Is there a leaf on there you need to move? Come on.
Nice get.
Yeah, Alex.
Great speed off of both of those shots. Hard enough to get through, but not so hard that he could generate any offense when he ran it down.
And you really saw a little unfamiliarity between Juan and Mike at the net there, didn't you?
Yeah.
On an overhead and on a volley. Mike and Juan switching at the net.
Alex likes
Oh,
that
big-
two-handed backhand off the deck, which is lethal, you know, on the ad side.
But from 1-love, 30-love, I don't think Mike and Juan have won a point. Lead cord winner, 4 straight points. Crocker and Hume are up a break. Good sign. Looks like they're here to really compete, Jerry.
Alex, very impressive in that game.
Yeah. Playing I formation, serving to Mike. Mike's missed several balls in a row, a couple forehands, which is unusual for him, or backhands, whatever that shot is.
Mike's got to get those lobs up higher and deeper. That's a better lob.
Juan's got such good hands. The transition from the forehand drive to being ready to volley, really impressive. Another missed forehand from Mike.
He's rushing that return of serve.
Yep. 30-15. Jerry, watching Alex and Tommy play, you can just see their overheads look a little different than some of the more complete paddle players.
They're actually, I was just noticing that flat slap you don't see a lot of.
Got away with that one, but that was a bad overhead.
Yeah, and he keeps.
40-15. There's that Mike Cochran forehand, backhand, something. An awesome return, that's what it was. 40-30.
He pounced on it.
It's a great volley by Tommy with Alex jumping in front of him. Boy, that's a shot that no one else hits. That ball was not that hard hit. Didn't come that far off the wires, and Mike ripped it down the line. Mike's got a great deal of confidence in that shot, rightfully so. Boy, Alex is aggressive with that two-hander.
Yeah, he's not letting that ball go into the screen. He's cutting it off.
Let Cord snowboard overhead.
Apologizing.
Sincerely. Game point.
No, let it go.
Not your ball.
No guest appearances.
Yep, that was a guest appearance. Another great drive for Mike as he picks up 3 more leads.
You know, Mike really holds the ball well, and it's deceptive.
Mike is hard to serve to.
Big
I think
point
he
right
returns
here.
better from the deuce than he does the ad.
Good serve.
Tommy's got a very good serve. Enough spin, combination of spin and pace. And I think Juan and Mike's lack of familiarity with these guys is causing a little bit of uncertainty on the overheads. A couple of the overheads did Alex hit that big backhand.
Right, where are they going to put it?
Where are they gonna put it?
Where are they going to put it? That's what they're trying to find out now.
That's always what you're looking for. Let's take a quick moment to thank our sponsors. Viking Athletic, Wilson Sporting Goods, Uline, Corona Light, Geneva Advisors, Forsyth, Total Platform Tennis, RBC, and our scoreboard sponsor, UBS. And finally, paddleplayer.com for supplying the wonderful hats this weekend. Maurice Sanchez has done a wonderful job. So we're back on serve. Juan serving 2-3, second set.
So let's just talk a little bit about, the subject of you playing a new team and you haven't been on the court with them before. Your game plan going in should be to pick a spot on the court. Usually it's deep down the middle to the backhand of the deuce court player. You're trying to have a go-to startup shot.
Right, with two righties, that's your spot.
Yeah, that's where you start. But if that deuce court player is a lefty, or the deuce court player is their strength is their two-handed backhand, then you have to find another spot. And right now, Mike and Juan, when they're at net, there's their go-to shot. That's their setup shot.
Some great lobbing from Tommy. $15.30. Alex calls it out, Tommy corrects him, replay the point. Great sportsmanship. That's not a good overhead.
Too quick.
Yep, that was an
Too
impatient
quick.
swing.
Yep.
Although he's done a lot of damage with that backhand so far.
Right, but that overhead was deeper and it had more spin, so his timing changed, and that's why he made the error.
Great ball from Tommy.
That's a tough shot, though. You know, it hits the back screen and it bounces to the side screen and it's staying low. He got his paddle stuck underneath the screen trying to get it.
Great point. We've seen a lot of big returning from Tommy and Alex. Great serve from Juan. Oh, that was an opportunity lost, Jerry.
Yeah.
I must say, Jerry, that in addition to running a heck of a tournament, Mark Parsons has a very warm jacket he lent me.
Yeah, the temperature has dropped. All right, Mike just said he couldn't see it.
That's one of the things about playing with Juan is that's a ball he probably hits multiple times. Let that one through.
Oh.
Love how Juan took his time in that ball, Jerry.
Yep. You watch Juan's overhead.
Bad miss there, but I've had something you could impart to the club players about taking their time. What would it be, Jerry?
Right, well, the number one thing is set your paddle first. Set your paddle to, like all these guys that have great overheads, they set their paddle first, then they move their feet to where the ball is, and they let the ball come down to the paddle. That, makes it feel like you've got a lot more time with all the shots. Set your paddle and then move your feet.
Wow, Juan's missed a lot of balls early.
He's speeding up. Juan's speeding up right now. Mike
4-2.
Mike took a moment to go over and let's go right here.
Sorry, one.
Seeing Tommy and Alex employ that strategy of staying back on serve that's gotten so popular in the men's game these days, Jerry. Can
know,
you
if
talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, if you can't get, well, the receiver has the advantage, right? You've got a short ball, and it's a guaranteed short ball. The receiver definitely has the advantage, and if you're the server and you can't get into the first 3 points, the first 3 hits of each point, and you're always on the defense on your first volley, it's smarter to find another way. So usually they'll go to Australian and switch, and if they're still not getting into the point, then they'll serve and stay back, and that's smart. They're making adjustments to what's happening instead of, we're going to just serve harder. I'm just going to volley quicker. I'm just going to get in, and it's over before you know it.
Alex played a very poor game there, a couple of faults. And you're seeing some of the court positioning issues come out. Juan found his forehand volley there. If you're hitting a lot of forehand volleys against Juan, you're going to be in trouble ultimately, unless you're from South Africa. Well, certain parts of South Africa. Okay, 3-4. Mike serving 3-4 first set. Mike's got a real good serve to the deuce court. Mike celebrates pegging Alex in the back. And Mike insincerely apologizes.
I can't see the court. No, you're fine.
Boy, it's so slow. That's your great line, Jerry. Fast feet, slow hands. That
Right.
time was fast feet, fast hands. Juan caught him in transition.
All right, Alex and Tommy need to open up the court more. And I'd like to
too fast.
see that. Well, and just pick some spots with their lobs. They're not opening up the court. These guys volley too well. You're not going to be able to drive the ball through them.
Big ball from Tommy. Catches Juan on the shoulder. 40-30. That first set is clearly much more important to Alex and Tommy than it is to Juan and Mike. And they're missing a few too many balls. Mike's got a real good serve. A lot of depth. Good amount of spin.
Yep.
4-0. Oh, what a volley. One does like that overhead, doesn't he, Jerry?
He does.
Great lob.
Too bad. That was well disguised with that backhand off the back screen down the line. Got Mike to volley cross court. He was unlucky that he got the let.
Well played point.
So that lob volley is a new shot that's being used quite a bit in the game.
First person
you
ever
say?
saw hit it was Chris Gambino. He hit a tremendous. I remember one time practicing with Chris, and he must have hit 10 lob volleys over my head in a match, and I was like, I never saw that before.
Right.
Love
But again,
30.
it's smart shot. You know, it's the right shot to stay in the point.
Well, the beauty of it is, if it's not successful, you don't hit over your opponent's head. You have time to recover.
Right.
And Alex and Tommy look like it's going the wrong way right now. That's a great lob.
Yeah, and I mean that they have to be willing to hit more lobs. They have
I
to
love
be
Juan's
willing.
decision to let the ball drop. Didn't have a shot on it. Why
Doesn't
did he give up
matter.
the net?
Right.
Love 40. Yep. Transition volley. That's that tough volley. 15-40.
That kind of a slap overhead, flat,
You don't
and
see
then
much
it's
of that.
no, and then he's got he's got a couple of different
That was a terrible overhead.
hits,
Oh, and Mike misses it. Snuck in and missed the volley.
but he's got the snap down, and then with that same grip, then the next one he cuts under the back of the ball.
That's 2 break points saved. See the momentum swing here. 30-40. It's a clever play by Mike to let that ball through, Jerry, didn't you think?
I think he was leaning to the middle.
Juan catches the nick, and the first set belongs to Cochran Araya. 6-4. I'm going to break quickly for commercial.
When you don't have to shout to get the bartender's attention, you can hear the conversations around you. When the smoking hot brunette you're taking home tonight is your wife, it's time for a light beer you can actually taste. Corona Light.
hottest website, paddleplayer.com, has helped revolutionize the sport. Pro video, leagues, tournaments, merchandise, and now state-of-the-art rackets. Visit paddleplayer.com today, paddle's bright star.
Okay, we're back for set number 2. Juan's working on his lefty forehand, warming up the ball. It's very impressive. Depending on how you define impressive, actually. Jerry, any thoughts on the first set?
Well, I just feel that it, Alex and Tommy, it went too fast. Like I couldn't really see what their tactic was.
Which means they didn't have one.
Well, I don't, maybe they were being tricky. They disguised it, but I think, they're right again. Like there's so many talented players in the game right now, and these guys clearly have fabulous racket skills, and it's the tactics of paddle.
Well, that's the difference, isn't it? I mean, Mark and Johan never go on the court without a plan. Tommy and Alex are very talented guys. They live down in the Baltimore area. They haven't played a lot of matches at this level, and I think that's one of the things they're lacking. Is
And
exposure to this type of paddle.
Right, but they're right there, 6'4".
Although they had points for 4-1 before losing the set.
That's it. Just one guy chases it.
Where's Mike going on that ball? Juan looks at the ball. I guess the black eye liner's not working. Maybe mine was neater, Jerry, but not as effective. Forty Love, sloppy first game by Juan and Mike.
Yep.
See if they can come back in this game. Love that shot Juan hits. Love watching his grip change as the ball goes by. He's got that semi-eastern forehand, and as the ball goes off the back wire to the side, you can see the grip shifting around to that continental backhand grip, eastern backhand grip, when he hits that shot. So, great return by Mike, 40-30. Big first game for Crocker and Hume. There's the shot, just as we talked about. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, he turns his shoulders, he loads his legs, and he holds it.
There's so much flair and elegance to his game. Really a pleasure watching him play. Speaking of loading, that Mike Cochran return to serve is just...
Yep. Comes from the ground up.
Great overhead from Mike Cochran.
I'd like to see Alex drive down the line more. Mike is cheating to the middle of the court, and
Yeah, I think that's
it
great
doesn't
comment.
have to be a big shot, just like a little scout shot, 3/4 height, 3/4 pace to make Mike have to reach out, and then they'd have something more to work with.
Some great cat and mouse. Juan is a wonderful cat and mouse player. Boy, I don't understand those overheads, Jerry.
No, that's I can't see what they're trying to do. That was a
Pickup.
great cutoff.
But that short overhead to Mike's forehand or backhand,
It's trouble.
not a good spot to hit the ball. Now you've seen the pressure Mike's putting on him returning serve. Good deep serve there by
That
Tommy.
was great. That was a great serve. It was deep and it kicked it into his body.
Saved another break point. This is a big game for them. Same thing.
Yeah.
What was the point of that overhead?
Right. And Juan, sees them back off the net a step, and he's going to dink it into that space and close. That's a big play.
And there's the break.
You know,
One love.
it comes down to just a couple of key points, and the tide turns.
There's not much that separates winning and losing, is there?
No.
That's great volley by Juan. Kept that ball low. Again, the body language on the side of the net's not good, Jerry. Great return.
How about the body language on the other side of the net?
Juan's body language is always good, Jerry, isn't it? Maybe we should see
comes
Juan's
out of
body
his
language.
shell.
It's always expressive. Here it comes. That's a great lob.
That is a fantastic backhand off the deck.
Mike Cochran made a tremendous volley. Love Juan's communication. I got it. Watch here. Letting Mike know where he was going with the ball and to be prepared. Another great backhand by Alex. Boy, he got a lot of offense over there, Jerry.
Yep. Yep. You know, that's dangerous to go backside on him because the ball's traveling in the direction that he wants already, going to the net, and then he can hold it.
Juan misses an overhead. There are not a lot of places that are safe to hit the ball with Alex.
Yeah, so Mike should have gone forward on that. He went
going back. Once he
so
starts
he went
going back,
sideways. Yep.
Gotta lob that ball. 1-0. Big game for Alex and Tommy.
Great overhead. So they pulled him out of the corner, and then he hit the roller to the service line deep. So it's it's a combination of shots. They're not just looking for one shot. There's a sequence of overheads and placement. He just missed it, but so that was the right shot.
And Juan confirms the call, but again, a real bad overhead by Alex down the middle gives Juan a free swing. No reason for that. 30 love.
That's just too quick.
I like the move, though. I like giving his partner help on Mike Cochran's return to serve. Everybody returns too well these days. They just play conventionally.
Right, so this is where he needs to just take a second longer and regroup.
30 all. Well, that was a tremendous serve.
Yeah,
Beautiful play by
side
Juan.
to, yeah, they
You can
just,
see him working that whole
Yep.
court looking for that shot.
yep, side to
Lob, cross
side.
court, lob, cross court. Mike got a couple swings. Juan hit a low, short lob, low lob, cross court, looking for that cross court ball. Back to deuce. Great volley. You know, if we had to have a stat in our game that I think is interesting, it would be game points converted, Jerry.
Yeah,
Because that's where one of the big differences in the sport in terms of not all points are created equal. Great pickup by Juan. Good eye by Tommy. Back to game point.
lack of footwork there. I don't know if he was tired or he's just trying to force it. But a
And
couple of steps back, and he needs to put that ball in a better
to
spot.
make that overhead wide. What's there?
He would have put his team into a big shift.
To Mike's strong side too. Another guest appearance.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great lob by Juan. There was Juan looking for the same sequence. There's that hard overhead down the middle again. Great point by Juan. But every time Alex hits that hard overhead down the middle, Juan's punishing him.
Yep. He's looking for that drive down the line. Yep.
That's
Beautiful
just too good
return
right
to
there.
serve. That's demoralizing.
So I do want to report that my partner Aman Singh won the last chance today, the win over Ratouche, in battle of the 4th and 5th best Indian paddle players in the country. So those are some serious Indian ranking points for Aman. Love 15. Good eye by Juan.
Juan's looking very comfortable and relaxed.
And when Juan's comfortable and relaxed, it's bad news.
Right. If you were coaching Alex and Tommy, what would you tell them right now?
Slow down and wait for their opportunities. Now, Trevor Spracklin's correcting me and telling me they're from the D.C. area, not Baltimore, so I apologize. Thank you, Trevor, for that correction. 1540. I think that Tommy especially has lobbed really well. And you gotta give those lobs a chance to work. Another great game they played there. It's 4 breaks to start the second set.
Yep. And one just has so many choices when he gets a short lob. So many different overheads that he can hit.
Puts so much pressure on you.
Yep.
This is why we talk so much, Jerry, about the men's game has changed so much that to beat the top teams, you have to do it from the net. You can't beat the top teams from the backcourt. They just put too much pressure on you with their overheads.
Right.
We saw it earlier with Johan, last week in Chicago. And they do so much damage. It's so uncomfortable.
And Mike is being a fabulous partner right now. You know, he knows Juan is really feeling the ball well, and he's playing his role, staying out of his way, letting him hit those overheads, and it just starts to flow.
Yep, and it's flowing right now. Love 40. Great ball from Mike. And we have our 5th consecutive break. 3-2, Araya Kakra. Let's take a moment to thank our sponsors. Viking Athletic, Wilson Sporting Goods, Uline, Corona Light, Geneva Advisors, Forsyth, Total Platform Tennis, RBC, and UBS, our scoreboard sponsor, as well as paddleplayer.com. Okay, back to the action here. Mike missed a forehand volley there, or backhand volley. Any ideas, Jerry? Is it a forehand or backhand
I
volley?
don't know. I don't know, but he missed it.
So now Alex gets away with that, but that's an overhead. That ball from the backboard, he's got to drive with less pace.
Yeah.
He could really set one up.
All right.
Love 30.
Love 30.
Keep missing lobs.
Alex and Tommy need to keep their energy level up here.
Boy, that's so frustrating when you miss that ball and you see the other team bailing at the net. Mike had no intent on volleying that ball at all. 30-all. This is a critical game for Alex and Tommy.
Broker, focus.
Yeah, like you said, these guys have played the 4 matches, right?
Yep.
Two upsets, and you know there's a big body, mind, spirit.
All got to be working in conjunction to win at this level.
Yep. You know, I was just about to say I would not be letting one play at this point. I would take him out and see if you could cool him down a little bit and make Mike hit a few more balls. I mean, he might be as on fire as one, but right now we're just seeing one take over.
Big return there from Alex. Back to deuce. Tommy's footwork looks like it's struggling right now, and that may be a function of what you were talking about.
Yep, I think so.
Just a lot of paddle. Great lob by Alex.
And on top of the extra matches, they also have the travel time. You know, these Juan and Mike live in Westchester, Connecticut. They're local, so it's all part of the endurance of playing a paddle tournament.
Boy, when Juan's got it going like he does now, you just got to avoid him.
Yeah.
He's poison. 2-4, our first hold of the set. There's the forehand you like down the line.
Yep, you got to stay home.
Well, it's a third of the court that you've got to be responsible for. Mike catches the nick, and Alex not ready for it.
You can feel the water going down the drain.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. They look tired. The first thing to go when you get tired is the decision making, isn't it?
Yeah. What
do you think Juan thought of that shot? There's a great miss-hit serve.
Yeah, they're both feeling it.
I think Mike was happy to be over on that backhand again.
He's doing a good job on the
Couple
deuce side.
swings. Mike's terrific on the deuce
Yeah,
side.
he really is. Set.
As you said, the water is rolling, going
Yeah.
down the drain.
Alex and Tommy, I mean, they should be proud of their effort. I mean, it's tough right now. I'm sure they're feeling tired, but they've had a good tournament, a very impressive
Very
new
skilled,
team. It'll
yeah.
be, you know,
And this is what you have to do. You have to play these types of matches to get to this type of level. Because as good as
Back
Paddle
to
is in
back
DC,
to back.
as good as Paddle is in DC, there's nobody like Juan down there.
well, hopefully they're going to play more tournaments on the tour because it's
Fun
another,
team.
yeah, exciting team.
Well, that was a surprising miss by Mike, wasn't it?
Looked like he went too early.
And he took such a big swing at that volley, too. Guest appearance. Juan was all loaded for that one,
right,
too, wasn't he?
right. But I have been impressed how Mike has basically stayed home and let Juan hit those.
Oh, great recovery by Mike. How pretty was that, Jerry?
Beautiful. Oh, forget it. Now that was the right move to take that ball in the air because that was going to be terrible if it landed.
Oh, what great feel by Juan on the lob.
But I liked, I mean, that whole transition happened because Alex lobbed higher down the line and they were able to take over the net. I'd like to see him do more of that.
Yeah, you hear him say I'm there, but it took 6 steps to get there. Great serve by Mike. We haven't seen that big croaker forehand in a while.
Oh, that ball came in from the other court, so when that happens, it's automatically a let.
Such a smart play by Mike Cochran. The first play, not the second play.
Never fails, right?
Okay, Mike, I'm not complimenting you again.
Great move.
Alex Hume with a little retaliation. Okay. A little bit of a sloppy game there, 5-3. See if Tommy can keep it going here for him. 3 serving 5. Mike puts such pressure on you when you're serving to him. He just turns so well. Sometimes you go for too much. Too many forehand volleys from Alex. Again, that hard flat overhead's getting him in trouble.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing, is when you're as physically as skilled an athlete as Alex is, you get away with that at a level.
Right.
But now you move up and you're on the court with players of similar skill, but more experience. And they punish you for it.
They're waiting for it. Mike's rushing a little bit. He's like thinking about a shower already.
Yeah.
He just finished this game.
Great pickup.
That is a great lob. And now he's got openings. Now he's got options because of that lob down the line.
Well, that was a bad miss volley from Mike. Mike is usually a terrific volleyer. He's not volleyed well tonight. 30-all. Great volley from Alex, coming back. I like the fight in these guys. Mark Parsons and Johan Durant just beat Anton Mavrin and Patricio Misatrano. Got match point here.
Point.
And there it is. Alex moved,
right.
blocked Tommy off.
All right.
Game, set, and match.
Great experience for Alex and Tommy. That'll be a great learning tool for them. Go back and practice some spin overheads and lob down the line, open up the court.
Jerry, it was a pleasure working with you today.
Thank you, Mark.
We have a new partner for the last match of the day. We're going to go to commercial, and then we'll be back with another quarterfinal.
When you don't have to shout to get the bartender's attention, you can hear the conversations around you. When the smoking hot brunette you're taking home tonight is your wife, it's time for a light beer you can actually taste. Corona Light.
Paddle's hottest website, paddleplayer.com, has helped revolutionize the sport. Pro video, leagues, tournaments, merchandise, and now state-of-the-art rackets. Visit paddleplayer.com today, Paddle's bright star.